Hi, this is Anita from the Dusty Roads podcast. The Dusty Road podcast is all about living your life as a global citizen. And as I think about what does it mean to live your life as a global citizen, and I think part of that really means is that even if you're not able to travel, even if you're not able to go out now to see the world, if you might be stuck in one place due to COVID, or maybe you're just physically not able to travel, to just have an interest in the rest of the world is all about living your life as a global citizen. I believe that anyone can be interested in the world, even if you're not able to travel. And that's kind of what my goal is with this podcast and with my blog, A Bus on a Dusty Road, is to be able to talk a bit about the world and this great and wonderful world that we live in and all the different diverse cultural places that we can go and that we can see. And that's one reason why I'm so excited about something that I've been doing for the last 2 years, and that is some virtual challenges. And the reason why I'm so excited about them is it has been given me an opportunity to be able to see and to experience parts of the world that I would never be able to travel, or maybe I can't travel there now. But it certainly has made me, in some instances, to want to be able to travel there and to see that part of the world. A virtual challenge is essentially, as it says, is that you pay for the challenge and then you choose a map that they have already pre-set out for you. And that each time you walk or you run or you swim or you bike or whatever type of exercise you decide you want to do, or what type of physical movement you want to do, then, put your miles in, and that you'll just walk along this map. And the thing of it is, it doesn't matter how fast or how slow you go. There's a challenge which I do quite a bit, which is called the Virtual Conqueror Challenge. As a full disclaimer, if you sign up on the link, they will give you a 10% discount. And if so many people sign up, they will give me a free challenge. But I am not working with them as an affiliate. It is just simply that if you refer friends or other people, you get a free challenge. But one of the things that I love about these challenges, it's a great opportunity to see the world. And they have the Conquer Virtual Challenge is a really great Facebook page. And I've seen people that have been on a walker and in a nursing home who have done challenges like the English Channel just by walking around the nursing home with their walker. I have seen children do it, and older people, young people of all kinds of ages. Everybody and anybody is able to do these virtual challenges. The reason why I love them is it gives you the opportunity to be able to see a part of the world, even if you can't travel there. The reason why I picked the Conquer Virtual Challenge, and I have done challenges with other companies too, but the reason why my top pick is the Conquer Virtual Challenge is because they have a very simple app to use. And I really like their app and their maps. And I find it's very easy to be able to follow along with their apps and their maps. They also have some great locations. They have everything from, India, China, Cambodia, Jordan, the United States. I believe they have Canada, they have the Polynesia, they have England, they have Europe. They have all over the world. So you can basically pick a country or place where you'd want to visit or see or learn about. And then you can sign up for their challenge. And as you move along with the miles, you'll be able to learn about the place that you're actually visiting. They have a great connection for Google Maps. And this Google Maps connection allows you to able to physically see where you are traveling in that part of the world. I have always really enjoyed this. And I will usually, get onto the Google Maps and look at the map view, and then it's just fun to see where I'm at and where you're traveling to. Sometimes in some locations, I will admit the Google Apps connection doesn't work. I'm not sure if that could be, maybe government regulations, or maybe it's satellites or other things. I don't really know. In other places, it seems to work better. I found that usually when I'm traveling in places in the UK, it works really well. Germany, I've had a little bit of a harder time with on with some of my German travels. Iceland so far has been quite good for me. And when I was doing a travel through Peru, it was actually pretty easy. So I don't know if it's just a matter of the location or what happened, why I couldn't virtually always see, but pretty much most of the time you can kind of see where you are virtually on the map. I also love that as you're moving along and as you go past some historical sites, they will send you some interesting postcards along the way. And these postcards will tell you some history and some facts about the area and where you're at. I've really enjoyed these postcards because it's given me an opportunity to be able to learn something about this part of the world that I did not know about. The virtual challenges allow you to be able to travel alone. You can travel with other people that are doing the same challenge, or you can set up a community or a team and you can travel together. I traveled quite a bit with the community. In fact, we have a community now of a group of, I don't know, maybe it's about 15 of us or so are doing the Great Wall of China. And we have set up a community called Shoelaces Going Places. And it's really quite fun to get on there and to see my other fellow friends and teammates and our community and to see where they are and who's ahead and who's behind and where everybody is on the map. It really is a fun way to be able to be connected with people around the world. What's interesting about our group is that we have people doing it in the United States, Canada, Taiwan, Vietnam, Singapore. So we literally have people all over the world who are joined together in this community and doing this virtual challenge together. It's kind of a way to also keep friends connected and others connected around the world. One of the things that I also love about the Conqueror Virtual Challenge, and this is not a podcast just to plug for them, but I'm just, it is one of the challenges that I do, is that every time you go 20% of your challenge, they'll plant a tree or they'll get rid of plastic bottles in the ocean. So not only are you, helping yourself by moving and walking and doing these challenges, that you're also helping the environment in some way. The reasons why I love these challenges so much and I'm so excited about them and so willing to do a podcast dedicated to the challenges is that, first of all, it's motivation to get you up and going. There have been many times where I've been kind of like, oh, I'm sort of tired and oh, I don't want to walk, or oh, do I really want to get up and bike? And I thought, oh my goodness, my friend Carrie is so much further ahead of me. I need to get up and start walking. And so it helps me really to get up moving and to get up and going and to get up to, complete and to get it all finished. I love how I'm able to virtually see places around the world. And this for me is a big draw, that I just feel like I've learned so much about different parts of the world through doing these challenges. And I don't know if these are places that I will ever physically get to around the world, but it has actually helped me be able to understand parts of the world I didn't know before. For example, I recently walked through Jordan, which was really great. I didn't know much about Jordan. I learned all about the Petra in Jordan there that I didn't know anything about. We've been cycling through England, which has really been fascinating to see, England and to learn about parts of England that I didn't know about. I have walked through parts of Peru, which I didn't know anything about. So there's so many parts of the world that you can learn about just by walking or moving in your own hometown, in your own area. The other thing that I love about this is you can be able to do it with a group of friends. And if you have a group of friends that are like-minded and want to do it together, then this is a great way for you to be able to join together as a community, and while at the same time becoming a good global citizen as you learn about these parts of the world. And at the end of it all, what I enjoy is that then you get a medal. And I actually have these medals for me hanging in my bedroom, and I just feel so proud every time I get one, that I just feel like, wow, I accomplished something. I did something. I made it. I set out to go 1,000 miles and we were able to bike the 1,000 miles, or I set out to walk 90 miles. And yes, it may have taken me some time, but I was able to walk the 90 miles. And it just really makes you feel so good that you were able to accomplish this and do it, while at the same time you were learning some history and culture and learning about this part of the world. So for some of you who may have gotten to this part of the podcast and saying, like, what in the world is this woman talking about? What is she rambling on about? You may be wondering, what exactly is a virtual challenge and exactly how do they work? Well, here's a few things about virtual challenges to help you to be able to better understand them. First of all, that you need to pay, that it's not free. But it is really quite reasonable. It's about $29. And I said, as I mentioned before, that if you sign up for the link that I will provide, then you will get a 10% discount automatically. So the $29 basically includes for you to be able to use the app, and then they will send you the medal to you anywhere you're located. Now, I have my medal sent to me in Vietnam, and I have not had any problem at all receiving them. So I'm sure that those of you that are in America or Australia or Canada can very easily be able to receive your medals. On the app there, it basically allows you can log in your miles, you can log them in manually, or you can connect your smartwatch to it. So most of the smartwatches will be able to connect to it, and some people do that. I did a challenge through Germany with my sisters, and my sisters just connected their smartwatch to it and never, went into the challenge very much, and it would just every day just automatically add up how many steps they did or what exercise they did. For me personally, I like to go on into there manually just because it helps to remind me every day what I need to do, and I like to see where other people are on the challenge and how far I've gone. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. And this is one thing that I really like about the Conquer Virtual Challenge, is that if you need to add more time, you can very easily add more time, that there's really no time limit. So you can decide how fast or how slow you actually want to go for your challenge. Some people do it very fast. There are people that are out there, getting medals all the time, and there are those that go much slower. It's really, you can go at your own pace and decide what is best for you. I love the fact that you get a medal. This for me, it really feels like you've accomplished something. One of the things that I really like about the Conquer Virtual Challenge versus some of the other challenges we did, which we have done one called the Pacer Challenge. And before we even finished the challenge, they sent us the medal. And for me, that just didn't feel right. I kind of thought, well, why are you sending me a medal when I haven't finished the miles yet? But I guess at the end, when you finish, they send you a certificate. But it's just somehow just doesn't feel the same. I would rather do the challenge, complete it, and then get the medal. That for me just somehow feels better. Kind of like if you were going to be running a race and you don't get the medal until you've actually completed the race. So I personally like the idea of being able to get the medal after everything's completed. Also for the challenge, they have some really great t-shirts and other products. I have gotten some of their t-shirts. I enjoy them a lot. It's kind of fun to have some bragging rights. Like I virtually traveled the English Channel, and it's just sort of a fun way it's fun to have those t-shirts. If you enjoy that kind of thing, there's lots of other merchandise that they have too. And as I mentioned before, you can actually do it with the community. So if you have a group of friends that want to do it, you can all do it together. When they say that it's virtual, it is virtual. Meaning that, you're not actually, you don't have to physically go there. You're going on a preset map, and you're going to actually just virtually be doing this traveling. But, actually, what's a better way if you're stuck at home because of COVID, if you're not able to travel? Isn't it great that we have such technology today that we can virtually do these kind of things and actually travel to other parts of the world? You can't set your own route. So you will have to follow their route that they give you, which is a predetermined route. But I can tell you that having done quite a few of these challenges, that the routes that they pick are usually very good, and they're predetermined for certain reason or certain historical things that you can see and learn about along the way. So it's similar like if you joined a tour and the tour had a specific route. So this would be basically a route that is on the map, but you can see the map and see where you're going on the challenge. You can virtually challenge, travel to all these exotic places. And that's one of the things that I love about these challenges is it really gives you the opportunity to be able to get a feel for, parts of the world not be able to go to or to travel to. So it really does open up the whole wide world to you, just, from your own hometown. And that's one of the great things about it, because it really allows you to be able to discover new places. And especially during this time of the COVID pandemic, I have loved being able to see these new places it's really been exciting for me to be able to, just to be able to see other parts of the world. And finally, a lot of them have some great Facebook pages. The Conquer Virtual Challenge has a great Facebook group that once you join a challenge, you can join the group. And it's really fun to see some of the motivation of many of the people that have done these challenges. In fact, I have found many of the stories from the Facebook group to be extremely inspiring. And some of them actually been a little sad, because there's been some people that said, like, oh, my friends tell me that I'm stupid for doing this because you're just virtually traveling. You're not really traveling there. And I think, no, this is a great way to still be able to see and to be able to learn about the world. And it's a great way, I feel like, to be a great global citizen, and to live your life as a global citizen as you go out and see other parts of the world, even if it is virtual. So I hope that you've enjoyed this podcast and some of my thoughts about these virtual challenges. I'm just really excited about them because I feel like it really is a great way to be able to see and understand parts of the world that you maybe normally would not be able to see and understand. And I hope that you will take up on the challenge and join a challenge and go out and learn about some place in the world that maybe you've always wanted to travel to but are not able to travel to now, because it's all about living your life as a global citizen. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and this is Anita from the Dusty Roads podcast. If you've enjoyed this podcast, we hope that you will subscribe and that you'll tell our friends and family about us and tell them to listen to us, because we realize that without you, this podcast would not be possible. Thank you so much for listening and for being part of our community.